In 2014, this stage was actually the first time that I was authentically 100% honest with all of you. I think it's safe to say that most of you know a lot of my life, whether I liked it or not. And I had to stop, because I had everything, and I was absolutely broken inside. And I kept it all together enough to where I would never let you down, but I kept it too much together to where I let myself down. I don't want to see your bodies on Instagram. I want to see what's in here. I'm not trying to get validation, nor do I need it anymore.
What I want to say is, through growing up, what I've discovered is that this world is a very vast, a very wonderful and beautiful one, and there are so many things to discover, but the most important journey I think all of us will go through is the journey in ourselves, to find our truth, to find who we are and what makes us happy. And in our culture, we are told that if we're beautiful, if we're skinny, if we're successful, famous, if we fit in, if everyone loves us, that we'll be happy. But that's not entirely true. And this is what I want to talk about, basically. I'm going to start with a poem that I wrote when I wasn't very happy. I actually wrote this a year ago, but again, as if you know depression, it comes back. It's a reoccurring thing that you can't really swat away. Anyway, who am I? Who am I trying to be? Not myself, anyone but myself. Living in a fantasy to bury the reality, making myself the mystery, a strong facade disguising the misery. Empty but beyond the point of emptiness, full to the brim of fake confidence, a guard that will never be broken because I broke a long time ago. I'm hurting, but don't tell anyone. No one needs to know. Don't show all you've failed. Always okay, always fine, always on show. The show must go on. It will never stop. The show must not go on, but I know it will. I give up. I give up giving up. I am lost. I don't need to be saved. I need to be found. Basically, it's kind of just the same reoccurring thing of, not knowing who you are and feeling. But I was, just pushing past. So I got to the point where I went a bit mad. I was completely suicidal, didn't want to live anymore. I thought that I was completely alone. I also realized how lucky I was and what a wonderful family, wonderful friends I had, but that didn't matter. I wanted the world to swallow me up, and nothing seemed better to me than death, which is completely insane. I mean, the thing with models is you get used. That's the thing. I saw a lot of misuse from photographers, perverse photographers to young girls. A lot of straight photographers only really do this because they want to sleep with young models. Bad kind of experiences in that sense, not by me, but to other poor people, poor girls who don't stand up for themselves because you feel like you should be used, because that's what models do.
What I'm going to speak on is the thing that's on my mind the most. You know what I'm saying? The thing that we all got to deal with every day, but don't really know. The industry. The industry. Man, it's not the same. Doesn't have to do with talent. It's about playing the game. The industry. Real niggas is dying to get in. The industry. Just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry is trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that. But I'm going to dress like this and talk with the bat. The industry. Got your word? Meaning nothing. The industry. What you heard, because he's bluffing. The industry. Money, bitches, hate. For that day to try to take a thing off my plate. The industry. If you ain't got a strong mind, the industry will break you down. It's a matter of time. The industry. Vultures with nothing to feast on. The industry. Stay in the dirt. Play in the dirt. Test the wrong one in the industry and you will get hurt. I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry. The industry. Wanted, dead or alive. New artists to sell their souls in the way they survive. The industry don't give a f about you. but the industry couldn't make a dime without you.
When people say, oh, I want to be like you, I want to be an actor, I want to look like you, the question I always ask them is why? Like, really, why? And people, and especially America, this idea of fame, that to be famous means that you're successful, that you're happy. Fame does not define me. And so if you are looking for fame to define you, then you will never be happy, and you will always be searching for happiness, and you will never find it in fame. Fulfillment comes from within you by being authentic to yourself, not chasing fame.
The music industry is a very dark place, and you can let yourself get sucked in there quite easily. I mean, there was a couple of occasions where I was in the darker side of things, I guess, but again, it's just about coming home and getting back to your roots. I think my experience of fame thus far has been everything I thought it would be. Everything you hear about in songs and interviews, and people say this is going to happen and this is going to happen and this is going to happen. Everything happened. It was just like watching a domino effect. And most of it was positive.
I'm very acutely aware that once I cross that property line, I'm not free anymore. As soon as I go out into the world, I belong in a way to everyone else. It's legal to follow me. It's legal to stalk me at the beach. I can't call the police or ask them to leave. And I took a long, hard look at that property line, and I said, well, you know, if I can't be free out there, I'm gonna be free in here. I miss people. Sorry.
Here you go.
I miss people.
Just having normal conversations with people?
Yeah, I miss people. I miss, you know, going anywhere and meeting a random person and saying hi and having a conversation about life. I love people.
It symbolizes like what my life is like right now, you know, because of the fame, but also kind of how I've had to like remove myself from society a little bit, pull back, you know, to, I guess, conquer my demons, my addiction and that whole thing, so.
My friends can't understand this new me. That's understandable, man, but think how bananas you be. You be an animal too. If you were trapped in this fame and caged in it like a zoo, and everybody's looking at you, what you want me to do? I'm starting to live like a recluse, and the truth, this fame's starting to give me an excuse to be at an all-time low.
I'm not tempted in the slightest by anything that like being famous has to offer. Like, it's really lovely, and it's a great luxury to dip in and out of it and to experience it, and I'm forever grateful of that, but it ain't real. So I don't feel like you can get attached to something that's not real, so I'd rather live a real life and be a real person.
If your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil. Like, you're gonna end up on a one-way street and it's going nowhere. Like, that's just the truth. I've seen so many people like forsake their moral code and their value systems just for a little bit of fame, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's really not worth it.